Testing. 1, 2, 3. Test. Microphone check. Let's see. Go live. Okay. Let's see. I'm getting some warnings here. The bit rate is lower. We recommend you change the bit rate. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm a noob. I don't understand. Well, whatever. I think we're good. I'm just going to give this a few more seconds to just sync up here. Let's see. We're just going to allow the YouTube to get itself together. Where should I put this? Let's see, put this here maybe. Okay, I think that'll help. Then I'll put that right there. And hopefully that'll work. Okay. I'll just go ahead and get started. And yeah, let's see. We got a nice little change of setup. Let's see if I can. Not sure if, yeah, okay. It's a little different setup here. I'm using some different cameras because I used to use the GoPro, and the GoPro kept dying on me. So I was like, well, no more GoPro. We're just gonna just do this with cheap webcams because I'm a cheap bastard. We lo-fi here. Hello, brother Marcus. How's it going? Oh, greetings and happy anniversary. Oh, yeah. That's what we're here for. This is an anniversary stream. Okay, so hello. Maybe you'll be watching this later on. Most people do. Most people don't watch it live, which is fine. No problem with that. I know it's a Saturday night where I'm at, Saturday evening. So it's like, who the hell wants to? I mean, people are out going to the club. They club it. They go into the lounge. But, you know, maybe you're not doing that. You got some free time. I appreciate you hanging out with me. And this is the Black Ponderer. We're celebrating our 11 years on YouTube. And it's just going to be a chill, relax live stream. You know, more of a Q&A session. You know, just ask any questions you want, or just chill and just watch. We're going to do some gunpla. So build some Gundams. That's a little hobby I like to do. It's kind of like Legos. Yeah, but I was going to say it's Legos, but more complicated. But some of those Legos are really complicated. So it's like Legos, basically. But specifically, these robots. Hello, Nadia. And let me know if you want to get entered in the giveaway. Here, I got these 2 books to give away. I think you can see those. Let me know if there's any audio problems or lag issues. You know, and if not, it'd be cool. You'd like to be entered? Okay, cool. And so in case you're just tuning in and you're still new to it, you don't know who the hell this is. The Black Ponderer is a philosophy channel. We talk about philosophy. We specifically read dry-ass philosophical texts like these. I love these texts, you know, but this is a Plato Symposium, and then this is Dante's The Divine Comedy, which is not like, it has a lot of philosophy in it, but it's more poetry. It's like epic poetry. And, you know, there you go. But sometimes we talk about philosophy topics, too. We do that as well, and we do read some more contemporary works. Often on the channel. I've been really busy. My life has been lifing for me, and it's nothing like crazy. It's like, oh, my life has just been hard. No, it's just busy, just doing. Sometimes that happens, right? Well, you know, you got your normal life, and just shit just comes at you, and it's not like spectacular stuff. It's just like, damn. So I haven't uploaded a video in a while, because I've been so busy. But I think I got a handle on it on the schedule. I might put up. I'm pretty sure we're gonna put up some more videos on a regular basis again. We'll see. And then you said symposium. I thought that wasn't much of your jam. No, I did not like the symposium, but a lot of people do love it. So maybe you like it. So I'm giving it to somebody who wants to. Maybe they'll find some enjoyment with it. I did not like this book, The Symposium. I tried. I've definitely covered. So let's talk about that first. The books that I'm giving away is Plato's Symposium. This is the Penguin Classics, Black Classics edition. And it's a used version, so it's got like a lot of notes. These aren't even my, these aren't mine. These are just, I just bought this like for $2 or something. Somebody was going ham. I love books that have like lots of people note. This is not my notation at all. So that's the thing. Like if you, I love annotated books. They look very, I don't know, I find that very pleasing. But so Plato's Symposium, it's supposed to be, what is it about? It's about platonic relationships. That's what I thought. I thought like, people were telling me, oh, it's great because it talks about, love, the various different kinds of love, not just romantic sexual love, but friendship love and like love of acquaintances and love of life. And it's, I was coming in thinking like, oh, it's going to talk about, love and various versions of love, right? And it's supposed to expand upon the definition of love. You're supposed to get different takes of love. But I didn't really the book does talk about that. But ultimately, like, I didn't think it did it that significantly. I just found it more about, like, it's about these old rich people who have these young boy lovers. And they're romantic lovers, too. And I'm just like, okay. And, it's just kind of, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of, I didn't derive any meaning of it. The climax of the book is Socrates. There's a very young, I don't know if he's a teenager. He's probably like a young man, very young. I mean, maybe 19 or something like that. I don't know. Maybe younger. I don't know. But he's tried to seduce Socrates, and they get into bed together, naked, and Socrates doesn't do anything. Like he keeps them in the friend zone, and that's supposed to indicate like, oh, Socrates has a lot of moral. He's very like morally superior. He's very he can resist. Not so much he can resist, but he's very moral. He's very ethical because he can resist the advances of this young man. And I'm like, is this homoerotica? I don't understand. Like where I just didn't know what is this all about. Like where is this going? Like I don't know. I've covered lots of Plato on the channel. The Republic, excellent. The life and death of Socrates, which is like the Credo, the Apology, and Erythro, and then another dialogue. We've done several dialogues of Plato's and some of his works, and they're all really good. But the Symposium, I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I missed something. Maybe somebody else could. But lots of people say like, "Oh, this is Plato's best work," and I'm like, really? I don't know. I don't think I did miss something. I just think like it just didn't resonate with me, so I didn't like it. But it might resonate with you. So if you want to win this, there you go. So that's that book. And then if you want to also enter this book, the thing about this book, I have another copy of it is more beat up than this one. And I prefer beat up text. That's like my weird ass. It's kind of like my YouTube channel. It's kind of lo-fi and not very high resolution. I don't know. I'm just that kind of weirdo. I don't like nice fancy shit. I like when I buy books. I like to buy books used for the most part. I love it when you see writing in books and shit. And so I found a beat up copy of Dante's The Divine Comedy on the street. I just found it on the street. I picked it up like, hell yeah, I'll take this. This is a nice copy, although it's still kind of a little messed up. I don't know if you probably can't see it at all. Maybe you can see it in this one. Yeah, it's a little like brown. It's just, I don't know, I think it's just dust stains or something. Yeah, it's not like, yeah, I honestly don't know what that is. I'm guessing it's, it's probably dust that has stained the book. So yeah, I already have a copy of this that I prefer over this one, but this is a very good, very good copy. So if you want to enter that, so it looks like Nadia is the only one that wants to be part of it, which is cool. Uh-oh, my light turned off. Let's turn on another light right quick. Okay. So feel free. Yeah, this is a good one. The Divine Comedy is good. One day I'm gonna, one of these days I'm gonna do a video on the Divine Comedy. Yeah, I hear, it uses the language. It's originally written in Italian, and so it uses the Italian language very effectively. Like it gets a lot of points across. It is very beautiful. It uses the Italian language in a way that makes the story more compelling and more beautiful. So a lot of it's lost in translation. Yeah, a lot of it's, if you read it in like English, you're gonna miss a lot of stuff. But that's just unfortunately how it's got to be. So there's that. But even in English, it's very compelling. One of these days, I'm gonna make a video about that, but not anytime soon. All right, so we'll just leave that there for a little bit to the side, and if somebody else wants to say they want to enter, we'll give it a few more minutes. But whatever. Okay, so yeah, this is just laid back. We're just chilling. We're just like reminiscing about stuff. I will definitely not finish building this because I did build a more simpler one last celebration that I didn't finish. So this one I'm not gonna finish. This is more complicated. This is Wing Zero. Hello, Jeremy. How's it going? We do have a giveaway if you want to be part of that or not. It's up to you. Yeah, so I used to watch a show, it's called Gundam Wing. I love the show. I watched the show recently. It's cool. It's an anime. I don't think it doesn't hold the test of time. Some of the activities that go on in there are kind of corny, I'll be honest with you. But it's still pretty good. And, some people argue like that show, the Gundam Wing. I really like the show, but it is very complicated. It's like a political space opera. So it's a lot of shit going on. And some people say like the story can get a bit too convoluted. You kind of don't know what the hell's going on. But I don't know, I think because that's politics, right? Politics can be very convoluted, and oftentimes when you look at politics in real life, you don't know what the hell's going on. So I thought that was accurate. So this is like one of the robots, the main character pilots to the mobile suits. These are like giant like weapons that they use to fight in the war. And as you can see, the robot has wings, which is like very impractical, but it's, it's an anime. Right? So it's that kind of thing. Like people kind of criticize the show where it's like, okay, it's getting a little bit too over the top, right? I mean, what the wings? But it's a cartoon. I mean, shit. Let's see. You won last year, so I'm hoping I get to win this year. I don't need these books as I already have them. Oh, okay. That's cool. 11 years, what's it like? Learn anything along the way? Anything you do differently? Any plans for future, etc.? Okay, so, yeah, it's just 11 years, man. 11 years, brother. I've been doing the YouTube channel. It feels great. I've never, I've always held a philosophy of, and I'm just doing this for fun. I'm not doing this for money. This is not a job. This is a hobby. This is for, I make the videos for myself, and if other people want to watch, that's fine. So I don't chase the algorithm, and I don't, care about monetization. And because of that, I feel exactly the same way today about the channel as I did when I first started it. I feel not good about it. I don't feel like I need to stop. 11. Let's do it for 11 more years. And would I do anything differently? No. Just doing the same shit. I don't plan on. What did I learn along the way? I learned that if you do want to make YouTube a job, it is definitely a job. It is a job. Like, don't get it twisted, as you probably know. Like, if you are trying to say, hey, I want to make money doing this, well, it's not easy, right? I thought, I was under the impression like, probably be like not that difficult. You just shooting videos of yourself, but it's hard because you gotta like hack the system and figure out like chase trends and shit, and comment moderation and all this. It's a lot. So that just motivated me more to be like, well, fuck that. I'm not doing any of that shit. I got a day job and I'm fine with that, and that's cool. I don't plan on again, like I said, I'm a lo-fi person, so I kind of like the cheap camera equipment that I use. I could use better camera equipment, but first of all, I'm a cheapskate, so that's the thing. Now, if somebody were to buy me camera, I probably would use it. I'm not gonna say it. No, I do have a very good microphone that I was given, but when I use the microphone, like I get this lag issue that I have to compensate for. I'm just lazy. I'm not trying to do all that syncing and like timing, and for the longest time I had like these lag issues. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I was like, oh, it's the microphone. It's not syncing properly with the video, and I gotta like adjust settings and shit. I'm like, I'm not doing all that. I'm done. So any plans? I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Just gotta keep doing what I'm doing. Let's see what I need to do here. I mean, these instructions aren't even in color. So, okay, saying do the chest first. So I need G. All right. C2. All right, what's going on? I've entered every year for the past 7 years. Hey Nadia, my gosh, last year I won a giveaway time fly. I respect that you upload videos for pure pleasure. You have a fulfilling life outside of YouTube, it seems. Oh yeah. It's just a hobby. I do I got all types of things I do outside of YouTube that I could share with you. I'm not you know, I understand some people. I'm just not like a famous celebrity, so I don't feel the necessity. Some people are like, I need to make a dividing line between my YouTube life and my personal life. I need to separate this. Like, well, why? I don't. I understand there's creeps out there. I guess because I'm a dude, I'm a guy. Like, I don't get that. There's nobody creeping on me, so I don't have to worry about that shit. That's male privilege. So, if you want to know anything about my life outside of YouTube, I'll share. It's all good. I'm not like, I don't do crazy shit, so it's like, it's all good. But I will say it looked like, it looks like Nadia is the only one that wants to do the giveaway, which is cool with me. So I think you won, Nadia. You won both these books. I know you don't, you're sick of reading books written by white guys, but I mean, here they are. These are classics. These are philosophical classics. Honestly, well, this one will probably be good. This one, I think you're gonna be like, "Yep, typical white guy shit." You're gonna be like, "Typical white guy shit." That's what I was reading it. I'm like, "Yep." Mm-hmm. But this one, this has more. This was very good because it's an epic. Yeah, it really delves into the philosophy of Christianity, and it gets into really the emotions that are invoked by like the themes of religion. It goes through that kind of the philosophy of storytelling, which is pretty cool. It's these 3 acts. It really kind of gets into language, what it means to be beautiful prose. Even with the translation, there's still a lot that can be picked up. It's quite interesting, quite compelling, and it's very influential too. So that's a lot of times that's why I read these books. It's because you read books like these that are highly influential, and then you look at modern media and you're like, oh, I see where they got that from. I see they got it from this, right? Oh, this is like, this character represents like Dante. I see, right? That kind of thing. So that's cool. Looks like I can only win if there's no other competition. Read them old Ritz crackers, like, yeah. Even though, Italian, Greek person, Right, yeah. Were you able to pick up Yeah. I got it. Thanks for buying it for me. I will definitely be reading this. For sure. Got that book. Okay. G. Yeah, we'll just build a chest, and then we might call it. This is gonna take a long ass time. Whoops. Let's see. D. Oh, I don't know. Where's the G? Where's the G? K. B. Okay, I missed it. D. F. E. L. B. SB4. What's this one? Maybe this is G. A. Oh, this is A. Okay. Okay. What's this? This is J. E, F. Oh man, I'm not. What is going? Oh, here's G. Okay. All right. How's Food Not Bombs going? Yep, going great. So with Food Not Bombs, we also have a book club. And we are currently reading this book. Okay. It's by one of the founders of Food Not Bombs, Keith McHenry. It's like a a manual. Like if you want to start your own Food Not Bombs group, this is kind of like a guide. You go to the Food Not Bombs website. I think it's just foodnotbombs.net, and you can order it for like you can just buy it. But it's free. Yeah, a lot of places because Food Not Bombs. But yeah, it's great. Just if you don't know anything about Food Not Bombs, I would this is the place to go. This tells you all about the philosophy of Food Not Bombs, the ethics, and the logistics of how to run the Food Not Bombs group. We're reading this for our book club. That's cool. So I'm reading that. When did your first giveaway? When did you did your first giveaway? How did the winners win? Oh, random selection, and I did it the first year. The first year year number 1. I remember that clearly. It took me. In 1 year I got 100 subscribers. I know for most people that's nothing, but for me I was shocked. I was like, damn, 100 people? Because I was just talking about fly. I didn't think I would ever get that many. Right, so I was like, wow, I got 100 subscribers. Cool, I'll give away a book. I forgot what I gave away, but it was just random selection. I mean, just random number generator thing I did. Oh man, probably. Are there any day ones? uh, I don't recall. Yeah, I'm thinking about that. I think there is I think I do know a day one, but this person often disagrees with me and argues with me in the comment section. But I think he's been around from the beginning. Yeah. So, yeah. I'm relaxed. Cool. And I just finished reading on Genealogies and Morals by Friedrich Nietzsche. I actually shot the video. I just got to edit it now. And that's a very good book. And that's a good book written by a white guy. That's not a symposium. That's a really good one. So that would be cool. I read that. And then I'm reading this book. I just I was able to print it. But this is Bullshit Jobs by David Graeber. I'm reading this. I most likely will make a video out of this. That seems like a good one. How long does it take to edit a video? It usually takes for every 10 minutes, it takes 10 minutes of video, it takes 30 minutes of real time. Because I got to cut out a lot of, space when I'm just thinking. You know, and sometimes I'll use too many filler words, and I have to cut that out. I actually don't have to, but I do it. I don't know. I do find the editing process enjoyable. It's kind of meditative. So yeah, I kind of do that for fun too. It's kind of like a meditative process. But yeah, for every 10 minutes of video, so if you can imagine, like I come out with, you know, hour-long video sometimes. So that's like 60 times, you know, just do the math there is a long ass amount of time. Let's see. Yeah, I probably could do a live about bullshit. We'll see. We'll see. That'll probably be a good idea. Yeah, but yeah, I know everybody. It's not just Nadia. Like several other people have asked, "Can you do some David Graeber?" And I have a friend of mine who's a hardcore Graeber fan, like diehard Graeber. So he's always like, "You gotta read them." I'm like, "Okay, all right, I'll get on that." Yeah. Yes, I've heard about it. 5 years ago. You asked me to read. Well, finally on it. And I'm a part of another book club, and we're doing the Artist Way. We're doing the Artist Way. That's pretty fun. We're on week 1. And that's a fun time. That's a fun time. We're doing our Artist Way. I know that's been around for a long ass period of time, and people swear by it. And I'm doing my morning pages. Please read The Dawn of Everything When You Can by Graeber. Yeah, well, yeah, I will. But you know, I got to read this too. Hospicing Modernity. You know, so we got to do that. I have probably watched you 6 or 7 years. Okay, about a little over half the time I've been on YouTube. How much do you read every day on average? Well, some days I read longer than others. Like some days I don't have time to read at all. But then some days I can read for several hours. I'm the type of guy who could just read all day. Like if you gave me a free day, I could use that whole day to read. But I'm a slow reader. That's the thing, because I annotate and highlight. But I think that's good because I'm able to retain a lot of information by doing that. So it's hard. I don't really forget books. So like I don't really forget because I read it so slowly. So some days I read like four, even 5 hours, you know, split amongst the day. And then some days I don't read any, so it just, you know, depends on the day. But I can tell that it's excellent. Okay, cool. All right. Well, where are we at? We're in a half hour in, and we haven't even gotten started yet. We're gonna finish. Okay, G. Gonna put you away. Do you read before bed? Yep. Sure do. I know, like, a lot of people don't recommend doing that because it's like it's gonna mess up your sleep. But I actually like it. It helps me go to sleep. Like you're telling your brain that you're telling your brain not to go to sleep. But I'm like, I don't get that. Oh, you know, I don't have my tools actually. I don't have my snips. I forgot about that. I guess you don't really need snips. I don't even remember where the hell I put them. Let's see if I could. remember where I put them. Yeah, I forgot about my snipping tools. All right, fine. It's just not. It's not going to be the most perfect. Because I know they're made so you can snap them out, but also it's a sense of humor. I'm reading a book called Fields of Blood. It explores religion, classes, agrarian cultures. Cool. Try to recall where would I put those. I wouldn't have put them. Oops, I'm shaking. Everything's shaking. All right, fine. We'll just do it the ghetto way. I don't think I would have put them there. Would I put them here? No. G18, G13. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, you don't really need it. This nonfiction book that I'm reading talks about violence with its multifaceted causes and how religions fuel it. Okay. 13. Yeah. Religion, I would say religious institutions definitely fuel a lot of violence. That's for sure. Okay, so I guess I should switch so you can see. Well, yeah, I guess it's fine. Yeah, I'll just leave it like that. Okay, 18 goes into 13. So let's see here. It's like that. And then this. Let's go in like that. Yeah, okay. Check. I should check. Where's a pen? I gotta go early today, but we'll touch base on Discord. Neil, do you have a Discord? Okay. Bye-bye. No, I do. Okay, well, see you next time. See you later. I know it's a Saturday evening. People gotta go out party. I know it's like I couldn't. Sunday was just not available for me. Check. Okay, and then we got 24. got why does it say 2? Okay, 17. And then, oh, I see. Okay. So you do that, and then you got this. Wow, that's like kind of complicated. I'm trying to do this part. Okay. And then this. We just building. Feel free to talk to him, you know, speak in the chat or not. Do whatever you want to do. But you know, I'm having a good time celebrating my 11 years on YouTube. Building a Gundam. I don't know about you. I don't. What the hell? Okay. So, wow, dude. Like, I do not. Oh, I see. It shows you a picture. Okay. So this snaps in. Okay. No, that doesn't really look right. Now it's stuck. But maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Oh, okay, that's wrong. Whoops. Or do I do it like this? Oh, wait a minute. No, that's yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Oh, that's odd. All right, okay. Well, there you go. And then you got. And then what? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh. Wow. Yeah, it's definitely gonna take a long ass time, which is fine. Yeah, I'm trying to put that in there, but it's not. It's not snapping in. What's going on? See, that's the thing about these kits. You really gotta figure them out. Does that slide all the way in? Yeah, that's probably the problem. Well, is it? Okay. A little nudging there. Probably has to slide even further. All right, let's try it. Oops. Yeah, just gotta go all the way. I need like a tweezer. Like it's almost there. You're not supposed to need any tools, really. I mean, the tools will be helpful, but you're not supposed to really need any tools. That's the thing about these kits. They're just supposed to snap into place. See? Will it, oops. Come on! See, that's the thing about these webcams. They don't focus. There's a gap in between. I think it's supposed to be flush. I know exactly what the problem is. I'm gonna have to get a tool. I'll be right back. think you can best me, huh? You're not supposed to do this. There you go. The right tool for the right job. You're not supposed to use. You shouldn't have to do that, but I did it and it snapped into place. So there you go. All right. So now. Yeah. Now it's flush. All right, well that's that step done. Check. All right, now we gotta do A10. All right, where's 8? Where's A? All right, we gotta find the A's. I think I saw the A's. So yeah, Gundam Wing. I wonder if I could, just for the hell of it, show you. I don't know if you're familiar with this cartoon. Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. Oh, you can watch it on Hulu. Can I do this? No. That's weird. Properties. No, I don't want. I want this one? Primary monitor. No. Oh yeah, that's it. But instead of seeing that, I want to see this. I think it's working now. How long does it take you to build a toy like that? Oh, it's probably gonna take probably 6 to 8 hours, maybe. So we're definitely not gonna finish this. But you know, Gundam Wing was this show that came out on Toonami, or Cartoon Network. There it is. Oh, that's too small. Oh, you're familiar? Yeah, it is about these teenagers. Can I get some large pictures, please? Let's see. Large. Yeah, these teenagers. Do I remember? I love it. I love how they. Oh, this is IMB. Yeah. Hiro Yui, Kato Rababa winner, Duo Maxwell, Wu Fei Chang, and Troll Barton. I remember. Yeah. And Hiro Yui was the person that's piloted. He's the main character, and he piloted this new Gundam Wing. The one I'm building. And it's about these teenagers who are they were brought up as like weapons of mass destruction, and they were tools used by the military. But then they're like, nah, man, we're not gonna be tools anymore. We're gonna overthrow. We're gonna stop this government from fucking over people, and they rebelled. And it's about that drama of the. It is definitely like this space. Just for those who don't know what the hell I'm doing. Okay, back to Inception. Yeah, so it's a lot of it's like a space opera. To the it's not just like a space opera. It's also it is a soap opera too. I would say lots of drama. Lots of political. It's a political drama too, and I would say it doesn't hold up to today's in terms of quality. It's still, I think it's very good. I loved it as a teenager, but now as an adult, I see it again like, oh, this definitely has its kind of corny, chauvinistic, like. Because Hiro Yui is this bad boy He's kind of like, he's an asshole basically, but you know, he's like stoic because he was brought up in the military and he was raised to be a weapon, and so you know he meets this girl, Relina Peacecraft, or Relina Doran. Yeah, I think her name is Relina Doran or some shit, and he starts like getting emotional for her, and but he's still kind of an asshole. It's that typical thing. So this is A. So, and you know, you got the love interest, the girl who's like kind of head over heels, falls for the guy for like no reason really. Just it's that typical thing where the girl is like, "Why are you even with this? This guy's. Why are you even interested in this guy? He's like an asshole." But he's like, "Oh, I see his pain." You know, and as a boy, as a teenage boy, you're just like, "Oh, that's cool." But when you grow up, you realize, yeah, it's kind of toxic. And there's a lot of that. What shows do you think are timeless from Cartoon Network? Well, one show I think is timeless that's not that Cartoon Network show, but it's not from Cartoon Network. Is Cowboy Bebop. That is a timeless. That will always like. That transcends like even the category of anime. That's just Cowboy Bebop is just an amazing television show. Just an amazing work of fiction, uh, for sure. Okay, so A10. How does this go? It's Powerpuff Girls, Dexter. Yeah, those are the classics. Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory, Johnny Bravo. But there was, I think it was like, it was Dexter's Laboratory, Johnny Bravo, but the Powerpuff Girls came later. There was another show that was before that. Was it Cow and Chicken? Yeah, I think those were the three original shows. The three original Cartoon Network shows. Yeah, I think it was like Cow and Chicken, Dexter's Laboratory, Johnny Bravo, and then Powerpuff Girls came later because that's the era I grew up in. I grew up in that era. Let's see. So it's like I am so confused. Huh? Oh, there's a slot. Oh, I'm stupid. Oh, okay. Cowboy the Town. I love the show. Yeah. Oh, it was Johnny. It was Johnny Quest. No, 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 no. Yeah, Johnny Quest, but that was a part of the original cartoon. Because I remember there was also the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest, which was basically a remake of the old ass Johnny Quest. I think they added this 3D element to it back when 3D animation was like not good. Now it's amazing, right? Okay, that it slots in. Cool. Nice, nice. Check. Okay. G21. Now we gotta get our parts. Go back to the G's. G21. Okay. put that back. F-16. F-16 is like a little pilot. I remember what really blew up Cartoon Network, or the anime, is the Dragon Ball. I'm so old. I'm old because I remember when Dragon Ball was like before Cartoon Network took it. It was just, they showed it on network television. And they went all the way. I remember they showed the original Dragon Ball where Goku was a little boy, the main character. And then they would show it on network television, and they went all the way up to like the Frieza saga in the middle. And then they stopped it for like a long ass time, for years, for like a decade. It was a long ass time. And then finally, the Cartoon Network picked it up, re-showed it, and then they're like, you know what? We're gonna like, we gotta translate all that stuff we never translated. I remember that was so. I was so excited about that because we just had up to like the middle of the Frieza saga for years, right? And then finally, Toonami was like, "Yeah, we're gonna come out with some new Dragon Ball." Right? And as a teenager, I was like, "Oh my God, they are really gonna do that? That's so cool." Okay, F. It's funny. I can't really I mean, Dragon Ball's fine. I watch it now and I'm like, wow, this is like really tired and old, and like I just can't really. I'm not entertained. I just speed to the fight. Even the fight sequences are kind of just the same shit, you know. It's like the main character Goku gets beat up by the villain, and then at the last part, he transformed into this Ultra Omega Super mode, and then he beats the main guy, and that's how he wins. You know? Yeah, it just gets old, and they still doing that. And the show's still around, which is surprising. The show started in the '80s, and they still. It's crazy. Okay, yeah. Here's the boy. Here's Hiroto Yui. You gotta be, wow, this is gonna be, I think we do, oh shit, okay. If I break it, it's fine, it's not that big of a deal. Okay. That's a very sensitive, that's one you kind of really do need the snips. It's okay so far. Okay, so that's the boy. That's Hiro Yui. I live for a lie. Can we talk about Cowboy Bebop? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, we can talk about Cowboy Bebop now if you want to talk. But whatever. I don't really. I don't know if Cowboy Bebop has much philosophy in it. I guess it has a little bit, but not much. Okay, M5. It's just a really good story. I love DB with Boo. Boo is the most badass character. Okay. It was that Majin Buu. That's kind of where I stopped, where I kind of fell off. The Boo was just, to me, it started to get a little too samey, I think. It's just more of the same, so I'm like, you know. I'm like, why is this like the Cell Saga but worse? Yeah, I think it was the Boo Saga. I think the epitome of Dragon Ball is the Android Saga, when they introduced Android 18 and 17 and they were like badass. And then, they were kicking ass, taking names, and then even like some of the old characters came back, like Tien Shin Han, was fighting off against Cell, who was not in his ultimate form yet. And then you have Piccolo, who was, I think he actually got stronger than Vegeta. I think the android, when the androids came out, that was when it was kind of crazy. Like all this shit was happening at once. It was kind of, and then Goku was out of commission, which that's nothing new. After the android, and then Cell got perfect, and I'm like, okay, it's getting kind of stale again. So M5. I tried watching the new shit with the Tournament of Power, and I'm like, I'm sorry, this is kind of the same shit, just reduxed. Which I think that's what people wanted. I want some new shit. And it was kind of cool because they brought back old characters like Tien Shin Han is back, and they even got Master Roshi up in there, but it's still the same shit. So. Okay, I'm looking for M. The philosophy of Cowboy Bebop is the past will always catch up if you don't face it. I'm trying to think without spoiling too much. I'm trying to think, was he running away from his past, the Spike Spiegel? Is that what he was doing? Or was he like didn't want to face his past? Is that what was going on in the show? Yeah, they do. There are a lot of flashbacks. Yeah, I was just trying to think, like, is that what's going on in that show? I don't know. I don't know if that's what's most important about that show, to be honest. Maybe. Yeah, there is a lot of that. There's a lot of, like, the past coming back to people. I don't know how well they execute that. As existentialists, the characters question their lives and just chase bounties without clear purpose. Yeah, but isn't that like a lot of shows? I'm trying to think, like, how, yeah, is that, I'm trying to think, is that what makes the story pop out? Because I've kind of heard that whole, like, I heard somebody else say, well, it's an analysis of boredom, because most of the time they're kind of doing nothing, or they're just kind of going with the flow. But I was like, I guess. To me, the show was very good because it had very interesting characters, with like really interesting backstories. Yeah, it just had really interesting characters. Even the dog, they have a dog, and he's like, the dog, Ian, I think is the dog's name. Very fascinating character. I've never seen a show like that. They had a dog that was like as developed as the human characters were. It's literally like he was his own character. Yeah. That was something else. I'm looking for M. But definitely my favorite character in that show is Ed. Ed, really, like, that is a really interesting and fascinating character in my opinion. Ed is like one of my favorite characters, like, in fiction, period. That is a highly fascinating character. I like how, like, I like how Ed was not introduced. Ed was introduced into the show like in the middle of the show. Like all hell of shit happened already, and then they throw in this new character out of just nowhere. Where is M? I'm not seeing M. K B L D B B E I C B L2 J. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, J E F. What's this? This is A, right? Yeah, this is A. Oh, is it H? I don't. Where the fuck is it? Where's him? I'm not seeing it. H G A B S. This anime to me is postmodern work with all different genres and styles merged to explore deep and tragic stories. I'm not really a fan of the term postmodern, to be completely honest. I think that term is overused. And, you know, every time I hear it used, people mean different things. Like, I would ask, like, what do you, when you say postmodern, what do you mean? Because everybody has their own definition of postmodern. It's like, oh, you know, it's the era where it's after modernism. Like, okay, but when Ed and Ian left the ship, I cried. Oh, okay. And then Faye Valentine, that's a great character. I mean, they're all really good. Because she's kind of like this femme fatale at first. But, you know, it turns out she's a lot more deeper than... I like that when they do that kind of thing. Where you think the character's something and then you find out, oh, okay. This character has a lot more depth than you thought. I'm not. I'm so confused. I've not seen it, man. Oh, here it is. It's clear. It's transparent. That's why I was hard. That's why I couldn't see it. Yeah, if I were trying to finish this, I'd be up to like 4 in the morning. Nope, not doing it. It's fine. We could just continue it later, or I'll continue it later on my own. When I say postmodern, I mean it as culturally and morally relative, stripping away ideas of universal truth. Oh, okay. Does Cowboy Bebop do that? Is it like there is no like universal truth in Cowboy Bebop? I don't know. I think there is some universal truth when they start talking about, because what's his name? The main Spike Spiegel. He got a fighting style. I forgot what martial arts fight, but it's like the way of the water. He's like, you gotta go with the flow, man. That's how you fight, which is like kind of a universal truth, right? Like you're supposed to just flow, go with the flow, or like be one with nature. Don't force nature. Just kind of ride it in your own direction. All right, so. Alright. So, do not use the scissors. Oh, so I'm oh, that's good. I'm not even supposed to use those scissors. Because I thought I was, but cool. Yeah, because you'll probably accidentally cut the man. Oh boy. This is gonna be fun. So I'm trying to get the guy. Yeah, it's not gonna focus because it's a webcam. Oh, it did. Wow, that's impressive. There's a man. It's a guy that pilots the robot, and I'm supposed to snap him into the cockpit. Let's see here. Do I have to use those tweezers again? Those aren't tweezers, those are pliers. So I might break something. Oh yeah, it's all. Oh shit. I made his leg crooked. All right, pliers. Is he supposed to just... Okay. I mean, he's crooked as fuck, but whatever. I don't even think you're gonna see him, right? He's in there. His legs are crooked, but he's in there. Cowboy Bebop has different styles and themes that they are not set. There are no set truth to analyze and accept. Well, it does feature a lot of jazz. The jazz music, and you know, jazz is all about just free form. So there's that. We cannot narrow down its meaning despite what it said about its philosophy. Yeah. That's cool. I honestly don't really see Cowboy Bebop as a philosophical tale. I think it's just more of a story about people. It's just a good story about complex characters just kind of doing their thing and going through conflict. Some things that are really interesting to watch don't necessarily have like really deep like meaning or like philosophical themes. They're just like highly entertaining. I think like the Cowboy Bebop just presents a set of a really deep characters in these problematic circumstances that they just kind of navigate through, and just them doing that is interesting, and then also putting them together as they navigate their own issues creates this very entertaining dynamic. It's more just like, you know, I like Cowboy Bebop because it's more, stylistically is awesome with the jazz and the noir elements that are pretty cool. The space stuff is like not that big. It's more like a space noir thing. The space is kind of like an afterthought, but it's there because you know they're on a ship and all that. It's more like, to me it's like the characters are really deep. They do have these very interesting backstories, and when they're put together, they're working together, that dynamic is very fascinating. And the stylistically is very good. But does it like have any like deep philosophical themes to it? I don't know. I don't think. I think you're kind of like stretching, kind of grasping at straws when you try and do that with Cowboy Bebop. I'm probably wrong about that. So we did this one. Hello, not telling. All right, so now we got G28. Back to the G's. Which is over here, I think. So G28, G27. Okay. Yeah, you really don't need snips. Glad I don't have them. Well, the book I guess you weren't here when I was showing. I'm reading this book, The Artist's Way. It's like a program to revitalize your spiritual, artistic self. You know, you might have heard it. It's very popular. Self-help book, been around, I don't know, since the 70s or something. It's an old ass book, but I'm part of a book club. We're reading that. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm also reading that Food Not Bombs handbook that I was showing. Reading this, part of this group. Me and Nadia talked about this. you know, Food Not Bombs is an international organization. It's not even an organization; it's more like a movement. And you know, if you want to start your own, that's a handbook that you can, and it's pretty cool. And then, is there anything else? And then I'm gonna eventually read this book with all that. The Unique and Its Property by Max Stirner. This was actually sent to me by somebody who's into I forgot what type of philosophy they're into. I forgot what it's called, but it's outlined in this book. So yeah, they were saying like it's kind of an offshoot of like Marxism or something like that. I don't know. But I was like, hey man, if you send me books for free, I'll give them a shot. You know, I'll check them out. Sure. You know, I am a semi-professional. Like, I'll give you my feedback. And so the person sent me books for free, and I'm like, okay, I'll read it. So I love books, and I'll give you my honest opinion. You know. Okay, 31. Check my phone just in case. Okay, nothing special there. Nothing special. Oh, okay. Okay, let's go on. Just. Sorry, just respond to this text. My daughter is texting me. Just respond to this right quick. Hello. I'm currently live streaming. Okay. Okay, 31. How did I receive it? They asked. Somebody sent me an email, and they said, "Hey, you know, we believe in this political economic philosophy system, and it's outlined with this book. We think you're kind of cool. Could you give us your thoughts about it, and we'll send you a free copy?" And I'm like, "Sure." They just sent me an email and just asked if they want to send me, and I'm like, "Hell yeah." Now, the question is when I'm gonna get to it. I don't know. It's gonna be a minute, but I'll get to it eventually. Okay, so 31. You can't even see what the hell I'm doing. Sorry. Not that this like helps. Let's see. Just trying to make sure I follow directions here. Okay. I know that's blurry. You'll have to forgive my webcam. Alright, so now I can put these things together apparently. Wait, what? Okay, so you got this. I got this, and then I have another piece somewhere? Oh, okay. So G14. Okay. G48. Caution. I have not turned the parts. Okay. Hayaki o kaimasu. I can read a little Japanese. Just a little. Okay, 48. I don't see a 48. Is that here? Oh, I-48. Okay. H. Okay, put this back. J. That's A. E. K1. B1. F. What's this? Oh, this is I. Okay. We have I. Okay, and then it's saying, do it like that. Which way? So it's like that. Okay, so it's a smaller one. Is this correct? Let's see. For a live, can you talk about sacrifice? That's a deep topic to explore. Why do we need to give up something in exchange for another thing? Uh, you know what? A very interesting examination of sacrifice is Final Fantasy X. Have you ever played Final Fantasy X? Final Fantasy X has a lot of deep philosophy, I would argue. And I think one of the philosophical themes is sacrifice. Do you know about Final Fantasy X? Uh, Now what I'm supposed to do? Okay, you do this. Should I spoil Final Fantasy X? This is a spoiler alert. Because I think Final Fantasy X does a very excellent job at like examining the philosophy of sacrifice. But that could be spoiler territory. Although that game is very old now. Still though, I think that game came out in 2002. It's wow, I'm old. I think it came out in 2002 if I recall correctly. Let's see here. Yeah. So I guess spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. For Final Fantasy X. Uh, Yuna, in the main uh, woman protagonist, is supposed to sacrifice herself um, to save the world. And then the main character, Titus, or Titus, I guess, I think Titus is how the Japanese pronunciation. But I always use the American pronunciation of Titus. But I think it is Titus. Titus, you know, although, I'm getting sidetracked. But I always say Titus because, the game is very water. It's like the theme, the aesthetic is water. And like title. So I always thought like, yeah, Titus, because it's like reminiscent of the theme. But anyway, I think it's Titus. Titus is this person that comes in and he questions all that. He questions like, why does this person have to sacrifice themselves? Why? Why does this have to happen? Of course, like he falls in love with Yuna. That's why. That's why he's questioning. Like, you don't have to do this. And but eventually, of course, she says like, "Well, I have to because I have to save the world." And Titus is like, "There's got to be another way." And they tried there several different ways. And while they're trying to not sacrifice her, more and more people die. and so like, eventually it comes to a point where it's like, okay, like there's no other option here. Like she has to die for this to happen. Like somebody has to die for us to save the world. Period. And Titus is like, Titus is like, well, there's another option too. There's the option of we don't have to take this shit. We don't have to. We could just like, the world could just end. Like that's an option too. And that was a radical idea. He's like, he questioned, he's like, why would you want to live in a world where somebody has to continuously give up their life for you to live? Like, is that a world where you want to live? Like, is that, do you want to live in a world like that? Like, wouldn't you rather just die? You know, and they never, that's pretty deep. Because there's this whole unquestioning, like, yeah, you know, people sacrifice themselves for better. It's like, well, what? Maybe I don't want you to sacrifice yourself for me. Like, maybe that's actually not a good thing. Like, maybe I'd rather not be in the circumstances. You know, like if that's the way that we have to live, then is that worth living? Like, should we just stop existing? Like, I thought that was very deep, you know, because a lot of people don't think like that. They're just like, they just blindly accept, like, well, somebody's got to sacrifice themselves for the better of the good. Is like, yeah, but is that is that terms you want to accept? like maybe it is better to like just not. You know, if somebody has to sacrifice themselves so that I can live my life, do I want that? Like, maybe I'd rather just not exist. You know, I just thought that was very fascinating, and so they continue to question this as the game keeps moving forward. And yeah, so I don't know if your thoughts on that. I thought that game handled that. That's like peak Final Fantasy. I love Final Fantasy. I'm like a hardcore Final Fantasy fan. Um, a lot of people, I know people who don't like Final Fantasy X because the voice acting, they can't jive with the voice acting. I thought the voice acting was all right. And also, some people point out, like, you know, there's some huge plot holes in Final Fantasy X, which is true. There are some plot holes. But I think I just really like that philosophical question that it explores. And I think, like, Final Fantasy X is like one of the upper echelons of Final Fantasy. It's like up there with like the best ones, like 7, because it really like, you know, that to me, like that's like top tier Final Fantasy. Like, that's why the series is so good, because it kind of asks those kinds of questions when you play the game. Final Fantasy 7 does that too. What else? Final Fantasy 6 does that. It asks like really deep philosophical questions. Final Fantasy 4 does that too, actually. Some Final Fantasies try and fail, like 13 didn't do a good job. But the ones that are really good are really, really fucking good. You know? It's my favorite gaming franchise. It used to be, but there's a lot of them that like are kind of not good. I think actually, I like them all because I like kind of the gameplay mechanics. But the stories of many of them are like really bad. Unfortunately, it's too bad. Because, like Final Fantasy 13, I like Final Fantasy 13. The gameplay was really cool. It was a very fun game to play, in my opinion, but the story was just so much of a wreck. It was just so, like, all over the place. It's kind of like, what the hell were you thinking when you wrote this story? And then, what was it? Final Fantasy 15 with the boy band. That was another disappointment. The gameplay was good. I liked the game, but it just had the story was like very simplistic, I thought, and like the pacing was really bad. It had a lot of good. It had great potential. That's the sad part. It had really good potential to be something, but it just didn't. It didn't happen. What else? That was bad. The early ones. Unfortunately, people sacrifice every day when they give up family and friends for careers and money. Yeah, So you have to really think about like, just people just assume like, oh, I sacrifice, that's good. Sacrifice is good. But oftentimes sacrifice is not good. It's not good at all. Right? Uh, so you really have to question like, what am I doing this for? Or like, am I actually doing this for the better of people, or am I just perpetuating a system that's like fucked up? Right. And Final Fantasy X asks those questions. I give a lot of props to Final Fantasy X. What else? Final Fantasy, the first three, 1, 2, and 3, they're cool. They're kind of, those are the early ones for the Nintendo Entertainment System. They were like the early, like, Dungeons and Dragons inspired. Really, you feel like you're playing a Dungeons and Dragons game. They're fine. Final Fantasy 4 is like, that's a fucking awesome game. Some people I talk to don't like it because they feel it's kind of campy, because the characters, they make a lot of heavy choices, and then like, it turns out those choices don't have as much weight as they were presented. So you feel kind of like, oh, this is kind of campy, but I liked it. I hear endless stories of Hollywood people being used and abused to keep their careers. Yep, Hollywood chews people up and spits them out, but I mean, that's almost any industry, to be honest with you. Yeah. Final Fantasy V was decent. And Final Fantasy VII, like, I could talk for days and days about how good that game is. Now, you started to talk about philosophy. Final Fantasy VII got some really deep philosophy in it, in my opinion. Final Fantasy VIII, not so much. It's kind of all over the place, but I like Final Fantasy VIII. Is kind of cute. It's a cute. Okay, so I did that, and I did this. Final Fantasy IX was awesome. So that's another game that's got really heavy philosophy in it. Final Fantasy IX, like that's a highly philosophical game. Final Fantasy IX, like with Zidane and Dagger and Vivi. I love that game. And then you had 10, 11. I actually played Final Fantasy 11. I got like addicted to that. That was the first online one. But I played that for about a year, and then after that I was like, I'm not playing MMOs anymore because they take too much of your time. So I never got into Final Fantasy 14, which is one of the most popular MMOs today. They definitely capitalize on like the World of Warcraft shit show or the Blizzard shit show, and that whole Cosby room and all that shit came out about Blizzard. So people just stopped playing World of Warcraft because of all that controversy, and then a lot of people turned to Final Fantasy 14. Yeah. And then 13, yeah, that was just like that was just a nonsensical story in my opinion. But the gameplay was really good in 13 though. Then you have 14 with the boy band, and then you have Final Fantasy 16, the dark Game of Thrones, rated M for mature Final Fantasy, which I like. I like it. It's not as deep. The story isn't as it's not as heavy, right? In terms of like the meaning and the philosophy. It's more just violent and like dark, which kind of has its limits, I think. But I like it. It's fine. I put it like at the same level as like Final Fantasy VIII in terms of like, it's fine. But it's not like 16, the newest one is not like Final Fantasy X level. Like it isn't like S tier. Like Final Fantasy 10 and 7 and 6. I forgot to mention 6. 6 is my favorite one. 6 is that one is like, that's another one that's got some really heavy ass philosophy. Let's see here. We'll go for another 10 minutes. Then I gotta start like getting ready to let my dog out. And of course, I'm not even close to being finished. This is gonna be one of those projects I just do a little bit each day, and then 2 months later I'll have it complete, which is totally fine. Let's see. I sometimes question people why they want to sacrifice their peace of mind, health, and well-being to get to the top. Oh, because that's all they know. And we grow up buying into that lie of it's a dog eat dog world. Life is a zero-sum game and survival of the fittest. Like, big fish, small pond type of bullshit. The capitalist fantasy. We just buy into that. And that's all people know, and that's why. Self-respect should never be for sale or trade. Yeah, a lot of people have just, they don't even think respect is something that is real or even exists, let alone self-respect. They're like, dude, it's about money. Like, life's about getting yours and like owning as much as you can, and like, fuck that respect shit. Like, you're living in a fantasy where, that's, their minds are in that domain. Most of the time you sacrifice your life to rulers who don't give a shit about you. Yeah, and I think a lot of people who do that understand that. They're just more like, hey, I'm just trying to get mine. I know they don't give a fuck, but I'm just trying to get mine, Hence a lot of like people that voted for Donald Trump. Of course, there's like a lot of people who voted for Donald Trump are like the MAGA people who actually believe what he's saying. But there's a huge amount of people that voted for Donald Trump who know he's an asshole and who completely like understand half the things he says is like idiotic. But they're just like, hey man, he just makes the economy good for me. And actually he doesn't, but that's what they think. They think like, well, my paycheck was good back in when he was president, so I don't give a shit if he's an asshole. I'm just gonna vote for him. I don't care if he doesn't care about me. And like, I just want my money. That's where people's minds are. Like, and it's sad. It's just no compassion in the world anymore. Just, but that's the the capitalism when it turns people like that. So let's see here. Let's see. G23. I'll do it. And right now, all the rights are being repealed. Sacrifice for what? For money. For money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Money. Like, who cares about people's rights when I can get paid? That's where people's minds are at. It is sad. It really is. It's really sad. But, that's the state of the affairs these days. Okay, so G23. All right, so we put this. Wow. So you put that like this. Oh, can't even see what I'm doing. Okay, no, it looks like I don't do that. I have no idea where I put this. But the MAGA idiots are broke and tired. They don't get money. But they think they will. That's the problem. Yeah, no, they're not going to get money. They didn't. Like a lot of those broke, the corporate, the people who own a lot of capital got hella money. But yeah, broke ass MAGA people ain't never got shit. But they just think They just think because they're feeding off of the the hate that America was built off of. When you don't have much, you're very susceptible to hating people and scapegoating. I have no idea. What? Where does this go? Trump says, hey, I'll steal, these people from foreign countries, they're stealing your jobs. Which, yeah, no, they're not actually. But it's like, why I can't, I'm not making money. Well, because they're stealing your jobs. Oh, okay. That must be the reason. That's right. It's like, maybe if you really thought about that, but, you're too busy blaming other people and not, thinking about, well, what's most important in life? Being compassionate and kind to people. Maybe being rich is not the most important thing in the world. Maybe, the welfare of other people, maybe that's better. I don't know. I mean, that's what you learn in church, right? No? Okay. I do not understand the directions. Oh, it is like that. Okay. Wow, that's very loose. Oh, no, it's not. It just snaps in. Okay. Whoops. All right, we'll do this last piece. So did that one. G15. Whoa. Didn't like that snap. And another I-48. Okay. I have two I's here. I just wish people stop being deluded by wealth and luxury and accept and love themselves. Yeah, I wish we just got to break out of this lie. It's the American dream. That's one of the reasons why I don't monetize my YouTube channel. Because it's like, you start monetizing your channel, then you just running for the money. Who cares about the content? YouTube doesn't give a shit about quality content. They just want videos that are suitable for advertisers, right? So they want you to say stupid ass shit. There's so many, who would want to advertise on my channel? What would they advertise? At a certain point, you gotta be like, I just care about providing quality information. I don't give a fuck about having a sponsor feature some random ass product. Who cares? But I have a day job, so I can say that. Some people don't, and this is their form of revenue, so. Okay, so it is the other side. Okay, and now what? So I did that. So that little squiggly means snap. Check that. And then one, two. Okay, so put the pilot. Confusion? Huh? Oh, I put the guy in the wrong. He goes this way. That's why it was like so crooked. Can I straighten your legs? I think I broke his legs. Which is, you know, whatever. I don't even think you're gonna see this guy. So it's this way. That's why I was having such a hard time. That's too bad, because I hate to ink you up, but I gotta make your legs nice. Okay. So it's actually like this. They don't want to promote intelligent black men like you. They want to promote nonsense and buffoonery. I mean, you know. I mean, they would promote me if, because there's a lot of intelligent black men that are that are very like that. There's that one black guy who's like, he basically is a tech infomercial. I think his name is Marquise something. Marquis. He just like reviews like technology. He has like millions of subscribers, and he's pretty intelligent. But I don't know. I just see to me it's like you're just an infomercial. Like you're literally like a commercial. He's like he's by. I was gonna say he thinks he's like reviewing products. But no, he's not. He's just like, it's a commercial. People will just buy it no matter what he says. But I don't even, you know, I think he's intelligent. He just does that. He reviews products. Oh, Marquise Brownlee, I think his name is. I think he understands, like, yeah, I'm just saying shit so I can make money. you know, this is just my source of revenue, and, you know. I don't even think he is passionate about like actually giving good reviews. He's just like, you're making good money. Okay, so that. But I'm sorry, I can't. This is not going to be an infomercial. There's so many YouTube channels that are just infomercials. You know. I remember when infomercials would come up, not commercials, like long ass 30-minute videos about products. I remember when I was a little kid, before the internet was popular, you would see these, you know, like the Home Shopping Network, basically. And that's basically like what the most popular, a lot of these popular YouTube channels, they're just home shopping networks. I have a link below that you can click and you'll get 20% off. It's like, I'm sorry, no. Wow. It's coming. I thought I said 10 minutes, but I gotta do this. Now I'm interested. Oh! Okay, so that goes in there, right? I think. And then I'm supposed to snap this. How am I supposed to do this? Okay. Okay. Cool. So I made the cockpit, and the white figure, he's in there. And I know it's blurry because, you know. Can I do that, like, technique that YouTubers do? No. Oh, there you go. So that shit does work. Okay. Yeah, the leg is a little crooked, but whatever. There you have it. Now that was fun. We gotta end it though, because unfortunately I got my chores that I gotta let this dog out, my dog, and let him use the bathroom, and then I gotta go to sleep. One of my New Year's resolutions now is I wake up at 5 in the morning every day. I've been doing that successfully for a while. It's been several weeks now. I've been waking up 5 in the morning, so I don't stay up late anymore. And because I'm starting to become an old guy. So I enjoy getting up early. I used to be into the night owl, but then I realized, like, when I stay up, I'm not really doing anything. I'm just like browsing the internet. A lot of my that's why I was fooling myself, thinking like, wow, I stay up late and I do a lot of stuff, but I was realizing, like, I'm not really doing much when I stay up. Like, nothing really constructive. But when I wake up early in the morning, I do hella shit. So I'm gonna keep that trend. Why 5 a.m.? I don't know, I just picked it. It's because a lot of my coworkers who are much older than me, they're like in their 60s or late 50s. They're like, they wake up at 5 in the morning. I think because a lot of them grew up on farms and shit in the rural areas. So, yeah, they're like, hey, I go to sleep at like 9 o'clock. I wake up at 5 in the morning. I was like, okay, I'll try that. I'll copy it. I guess because I was inspired by a lot of them. And yeah, I get up at 5, and I actually do a lot of stuff before. It kind of feels good to do a lot of shit before everybody else gets up. It's like you feel like you're ahead of the curve already. Yep. See you next time. I'll just put this up, save it for later, and just do a little bit each time. Do a step. Just keep chugging at it. That's how you work on these things. Thanks for watching. 11 years, baby. We'll keep it going. Eventually, when I finish, I'll post the finishing result, but that's not going to be anytime soon. So we got the cockpit done. Cockpit complete. Lots more to go. So we got like this part right here. Is there. Bye bye, y'all. See you later.